Breathe, darling.
This is just a chapter, not your whole story.
Hey friends, welcome to another episode of Cheers to the Next Chapter. I'm Brittany.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Katie.
Woo! So this episode we're going to be digging into friendships. Kind of what friendships mean to us, friendships, how they kind of change throughout the years, and just that friendships are important. You need them in your life to kind of cope or just, I don't know, be you.
Yes, friendships are so important in life. There's actually a lot of research behind it, psychologically speaking, about how we need friends. We are social creatures. We are meant to be in relationship with each other in some way, shape, or form. And a big way is friendship. So yes, very, very important. So whenever I was thinking about this episode, about what we were going to talk about and about friends and stuff, I remembered this quote from a Madea movie. Well, actually, it's from the play, because Tyler Perry started off doing plays first, and then he turned them into movies. So this quote is a really good quote, and I think it shows the different types of friendships that are out there. So it goes something like this. I'm not going to get it exactly right, but basically what Madea is giving when she's giving her advice in her wonderful Madea way, she says that some friends are like leaves. They just come and go. They blow away with the slightest wind. They're there sometimes, then they're not. Some other friends are like branches, and those friends are there. They're a little bit sturdier friends, but you have to be careful with those friends also, because you might think that you can count on them, but then when stuff gets hard, they'll break, or you won't be able to. They won't be there. And then if you're lucky, you have a few good friends, which are like the roots of a tree. So you have those friends that give you the most, nourishment and sustainability, and they're really there, as a solid figure in your life. They're the strongest roots, which are very strong. So, in thinking about that, I was also in a what's it called? Not a webinar, but like an online kind of group or something like that. And we were talking about drainers and fillers. So we were talking about that there's some people in your life who are just drainers, and you could have friends like that, and that can be really difficult. And then there's people that are fillers too. So really about being intentional about who's in your life is important, but also turn that back on yourself sometimes too. Are you being, because I think that can change. Like, not every person is just a drainer and they're always going to be a drainer. But think about whenever you might be a drainer in somebody's life, or when are you being a filler? How are you helping people fill up? How are you, being there and being a good supportive friend? So yeah, those are just some things that come to mind. I've been really lucky and blessed throughout my life to have lots of really good friends, lots of different social groups that I hang out with. And I really am.
You're really like the most like social butterfly now.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
because like I just have like my
so
small group of friends. And
right.
Like you're always like, well, I have like my high school like reunion friends, and then I have like my like I don't know, work friends or like law friends, and then you have your college friends, and you have like your new group of friends, and I don't know, I feel like you're always just everywhere.
That's so funny. I've kind of turned everyone into cliques. Oh no. But no, that is true. I do have like I just have like different groups of friends, and it's been really, it's really cool because you get exposed to lots of different beliefs and thoughts and lots of different experiences, and also just to have a lot of support is really important in life. I think whenever I said earlier that it's like really important psychologically speaking to have friends, I think it's like extra important for me. I think I might be like maybe the most extroverted person in the whole world. So it's like if I'm not talking to somebody, it's just I'm not in a good place. So yeah. What about you all? What are your thoughts on friends?
Well, I completely agree with everything you said. Especially like surrounding yourself with like positive people, people who are going to like uplift you and be fillers and all of that, because especially like with everything going on right now in the world, like everything, it's already easy to, to get in that negative headspace. And so having a friend who is draining can be like extra draining right now. So, just maintaining those positive friendships is so important. And then to just kind of talk about how friendships change, like, you would love to hope that you can maintain all of your groups of friends for your whole life, like, and just have hundreds and hundreds of friends. But we know that's not reality. At least not usually. As you grow, you change, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, as people, we're supposed to change. If we're not changing, then there's something wrong. And you don't, like, as you change, I'm going to change, and that might not necessarily keep us on the same path. But even if like you grow apart, I think it's important to know that like any friend that I may not be in close contact with now, I'm still rooting them on from the sidelines. I'm probably still friends with them on Facebook or Instagram. I'm still like, I still wish the best for them, even if we don't talk all the time or we don't really see each other anymore. And then, because there's some friends that I talk to every day. There's some friends that I talk to every week. And then there's other friends that, we probably catch up like once a month, but when we do, it feels like we never left off, Yeah. So, just like you said, friends are so important, and all types of friends.
Yeah. 100% agree. I was going to say something to one of the points you made, but just starting out, like how friendships change. I feel like me and Jessica's been friends for, 20 years, huh?
Right? Yeah, 20 going on 21 this summer.
Wow.
Yeah. So me and Jessica's been through a lot. I mean, I feel like we've been through times where we didn't talk for a while. We've had arguments or fights or falling outs, but somehow we've always like managed to come back because, again, that relationship is important to us. So it's just kind of like coming over either disagreements or like things where we didn't see eye to eye. So honestly, I have a few relationships like that just because of how much like you evolve or you change throughout life, or you have kids and you kind of have to adjust to your different relationships and figure out how they work, because they're important to you and you want to keep the relationship, but they may not have kids, or they do have kids, so then you have to kind of compromise on just different areas of life, like whose house are you going to go to, or how are you going to schedule, or if they don't have kids, maybe they don't want to hang out with me anymore. So like relationships evolve, and it's just, if they're important to you, you're definitely going to find a way to connect and make sure that they stay alive, honestly.
Yeah, just like with like a romantic relationship, all relationships take work, like I know we talked on that about how you have to choose your partner, but you have to choose your friends too, and it can't be one-sided. But it's just important that you choose your friends, and you, like Katie said, reflect back on, are you the filler or are you the drainer? I know, like, I have some friendships where it feels like I'm always the one that reaches out. I'm always the one that, checks in to see how they're doing, says, Merry Christmas or Happy Easter, or, whatever holiday it is. I'm always the one that says it first. I'm the one making all the plans. So while I know that the friendship is important, that I want to maintain that friendship, I also know that they care about me. It's not that they're not reaching out because they aren't my friend. Some people just don't really think to do those things, or they know you're going to do it, and so they just kind of rely on you to reach out. But it can be like mentally draining when you do feel like it's one-sided. I'm sure
Oh,
you
yeah.
all have felt that way too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think like even during like this quarantine period, it was kind of, you weren't seeing each other, so it wasn't like a mental
Yeah.
thing to even think about all the time. Like, hey, I need to check in on my friend, or like, hey, I just need to see like what's up, how they're doing. So I, to myself, made it like a conscious effort to like make sure I was reaching out some way, something creative maybe I saw, or I don't know, just checking in by text message or just stuff like that, because I feel like you had to, otherwise, I don't know, it would just, it seems weird, because I feel like you, during quarantine, you still need that, because I don't know, I feel like your head got negative, where like you just kind of blah.
Yeah, I saw a really good quote about that said like the words we should have been using was not social distancing but physical distancing. So we needed to be physically distant. We needed to be physically distant but not socially distant. But it was hard sometimes during this time to reach out because we were all drained maybe in different ways, all overwhelmed, didn't know what to do, trying to learn how to work at home, taking care of our kids when they were at daycare, a whole bunch of stuff was going on. So I'm liking everything you all are saying. You're making such good points. I wanted to touch on something from a while back, and I can't remember what you both kind of touched on this about different, like there's different seasons or different chapters sometimes in friendships, and sometimes it changes a little bit and it comes back. But I love what you said too, Jess, where that you can still root for those people. Like that's just a healthy place to be. Maybe you're not, I used to be the type of friend that would be kind of like, I guess, yeah, it was kind of a little bit like desperate. Like, okay, they better like me. I need them to like me. I want to be their friend. Are they mad at me? Please don't be mad at me. And I can still be like that. I'm still upset if someone's upset with me for sure. But it's a really healthy place to be in, to be able to first think, no, they're just going through their life. They're doing something with their life. They're, and we can still cheer each other on and we can still love each other. And then, hopefully it's the type of great friendship that can pick back up, as soon as you meet up. Like you said, some of them just click after you've been gone for a long time. You can still, I've got a really good friend like that. We go months without seeing each other. And then we can pick right back up, like as if we were, the bestest friends ever. So it's really, those are really important, solid, friendships to have. And I think they're only possible if you can be that in that type of healthy space, where they've got their life going on, they're doing their thing, you all still love each other, and I
think sometimes it even takes a little bit to even get there, like you said, like because in the beginning you start out and you think like, well, they don't want to hang out with me because they're hanging out with that other friend or their new friend. Maybe our friendship doesn't even matter anymore, or maybe they like her more than me now. Like those things just run. They just run through your head, and they're going to. I mean, and you can't help it, but you just have to like you said, like learn and grow and just accept that. No, your friendship still matters, but in this season or in this chapter of their life, like right now, they maybe need that friend a little bit more than you, or maybe they give to them somehow more than you do, or they give something different. So,
yeah, I went through a time where right after I graduated college, all of my close friends that I had locally were all engaged or married. I think one of them had a kid already. So I just wasn't like in that same space as them. And I still, we still talked. I still love them, still do love them, of course, but they can never hang out. So I started hanging out with all a group of guys who I worked with at the movie theater, and then started hanging out with you all. And then, so it was like, had to make new friends. And then really had a core group of friends at that point who, got me through kind of that chapter of life.
I feel like it's harder also to make friends when you get older too. Like, you've already been through so much, and you've seen like how friendships kind of play out. And I feel like you have, like, I had the one friendship that I met, and I feel like it was an instant connection. It was almost like love at first sight, like friendship.
Yeah.
And it came later in my life than I had planned, but I mean, we still connect every once in a while. But yeah, I think just as you get older, it's a little harder to make friends.
Yeah, there's like less opportunity too, because we're not going out to bars. Well, not now because they're not open, or at least not yet. But we don't go out to bars as much anymore. or once you're in a, you know, more serious committed relationship or married, you know, you're focused on your family, which is, you know, definitely great. And then so it's like work is kind of the only chance to meet people. That's why I thought it was really cool when that app came out, Bumble, because Bumble, you can either use it for networking or for dating, and women make the first move on it, or for friendships. You can use it to make like lunch dates and stuff like that. Yeah, I thought that was really neat. Huh. Kris Jenner posted a job application on there. I missed my opportunity, but y'all, I would have been paid big money.
Oh, we know.
That would have been kind of a fun time, but you know, maybe next year. So yeah, you're right though. I do think it is like a little bit more difficult to make friends later in life, and that's why it's important to, you know, remember to tell the friends you do have, you know, that you appreciate them, and to connect with them as often as you can. You know, or if you need them, it's okay to say you need them. You know, it's okay to be, it goes back and forth. Like I said, there might be a time in your life where you really got to rely heavily on your friends. And then guess what? You know, in a couple of months, they're probably going to need to rely heavily on you. And that's a, you know, healthy reciprocal friendship.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. In the beginning of deployment, and it's not even that I don't consider them friends, it's just people reached out to me that I would never have thought to reach out to me and like check on me and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
Like in the first months. And it's just people that I like really never talked to, but they said that they were there. So that was nice too. Like, even though like I didn't reach out and like say, hey, I need someone, it was nice like to have that moment, like, dang, more people care about you than you think, or they're gonna be there for you when you need them. And I don't ask for anything. Like, I'm a person that is, I don't like to ask for anything, and I don't expect anything. And even if someone says like, hey, let's do this, or like, if you ever need anything or a shoulder to cry on or whatever, like, reach out to me. And I'm honestly not the person to do that ever. So it was just nice to get those, because honestly, I would have never reached out.
Yeah.
Saying, hey. So just know that people are, like Jessica said, like, rooting in the background for you, even though you may have not spoken since high school, or honestly, maybe you're not even friends at all, but they follow you on social media and they just want you to know, like, in this moment, I've been there, I know what you're going through, or I don't know what you're going through, but I'm here for you if you need it. So
that's I'm really glad you said that, because that's a really important thing to remember too, is with the advantage of social media is to be able to reach out, and we should reach out in those positive ways, even if we don't feel like they're our friend. Like, I had a friend from high school who, you know, we don't talk, we don't hang out, but she went through a really terrible tragedy. And then I saw something like a year later that reminded me of her. And I was like, she's going to think I'm so weird, but I sent it to her and was like, this really reminded me of you. I thought it was beautiful. You know, I just want you to know that I think of you and pray for you. And you know, I'm so sorry for all that you've been going through. And she like wrote back like, thank you so much. You know, it was like, I thought she was going to think I was weird, but it was a really, you know, good thing. So what an important reminder to do.
No, yeah. I think if you think about it, just do it.
Yeah.
I know I've said it before, but seriously, like, just making a conscious effort to say something positive and uplifting and, you know, complimentary. I don't know. Is that like the right way to say it?
You said
but,
it right.
You know, just saying those things to someone when you think it, like Brittany said, just do it, because you don't know what like someone else is going through. Like, I mean, they might be posting and sharing it, but a lot of times, at least I know for me, if I'm going through something hard, you're not going to see it. My close friends, they'll know about it, and my family, and that's it. And even then, it's really only my close friends that know about it. I'm not.
Well, even then, like, you still don't probably put the whole burden on them either.
Yeah.
You probably, even your close friends, you probably still tell them like little details, like to make sure that like you're still getting out and they know that you're okay, because they probably sense something is different. But
yeah, that's why you need those friends too, because I think we're all the same in that way, at least somewhat. You know, we don't want to be a burden, or we don't want to put it all out there what we're going through. So we need we need a good friend who's going to say, no, really, are you okay? You know, what's going on? Let's, you know, let's check in. How are you?
Right.
Yep. 100%.
Well, with that being said, our challenge to you this week is to tag your bestie, tell them how much you appreciate them, how much you love them, and why they're your best friend.
So yeah, we would love to see those. So please definitely tag your bestie in the comments below. And we just want to thank you all so much again for listening, for supporting us, liking and sharing us on social media. Don't forget to follow us, tell your friends about us. And remember, we're Cheers to the Next Chapter on all social medias. You can also email us too. Any questions, comments, concerns, anything, podcast ideas, we'd love to hear it. Cheers to the Next Chapter at gmail.com. So thanks again, y'all. And with that, cheers.